Sorry in advance if this video is very, very loud. I'm outside actually recording this because I was taking a little walk. Anyways, I just heard that Jonathan Jost, who was the voice of John Redcorn in King of the Hill, has been unfortunately murdered by Pew Pew. He was in San Antonio where he lives, I guess, and he already apparently had suffered some like really tragic things, like his house burning down and losing his dogs. And so I guess he was like at his house in San Antonio, and he got into an argument with a neighbor. And the neighbor, like, I don't know what the argument was about, but like the neighbor said, okay, this is enough for me to take out my Pew Pew and Pew Pew you. And now he's unalived. He's no longer with us. So sending lots of good healing smoke to his family, to his friends, to everybody who knew him, to the indigenous community, to the King of Hill fans. Like, this is really sad. And for me, like, I'm not like the hugest King of the Hill fan. Like, I'm not the hugest fan, right? I definitely would watch episodes, but I'm like not like really into it, like into the whole thing and know all the characters and everything and all the storylines. But I definitely watched episodes because who didn't, when it would come on Cartoon Network on Adult Swim. But this is deeper than that. For me, like, growing up, when you are reconnecting, especially, like, you look to media to like help you with that reconnection, right? And in the 90s, if you know anything about being indigenous, the stories for Native people were trash, and the media for Native people was trash because they would take the like worst things and like try to make movies or TV shows out of it, and it was like not good. I think John Redcorn was really a great character for indigenous representation because it didn't feel like a stereotype, and he told it like it was. He told it like it was, right? And I know a lot of people will say, we shouldn't really care about John Redcorn and how he feels and everything. And I disagree, because John Redcorn was a great character who was in love with a woman who she knew she was married to a bum, and she decided to have an affair with John Redcorn and hurt him, and then have a whole son that she tried to pass off as this man's son who wasn't, this brown kid who was not this man's son, and then wouldn't even really let John Redcorn see his son half the time, and then would get in his face and tell him that this is not your son, this is Dale's son. Like, really? Really? Messy. But back to Jonathan. He was a great guy. From all I'm seeing a lot of people's posts on social media about him and how he was really, really sweet, and like a lot of people got to meet him at different like fan conventions and stuff, and how he was just like a really sweet guy and really, really cared about the community and really, really cared about indigenous cultures and like our issues and rights and all of those things, and like advocating for indigenous people. And that just brings me a lot of happiness. And again, like, growing up, being a person who's reconnecting, like seeing positive representation like John Redcorn on TV was like important for my growing up, right? And also, like, this is just a deeper issue for me, but like over the last few years, like a lot more Native actors and voice actors and whatever, entertainers in the, Hollywood sphere are being unalived. And it's not lost on me how they're being unalived or just passing away. Like, it's really, really sad to think about. And I don't know what it is, but like, what is going on? Honestly? Like, it's really, really sad to think about. But yeah, RIP, and shout out to his fans, his friends, his family, everybody. Again, sending up lots of smoke, tobacco to his family and friends and the fans that loved his character on King of the Hill and his character on many different things like, Parks and Rec and other things. So shout out to him, and shout out to his fans, friends, and family. This is like really tragic, and I hope he gets justice. And I know that they took the dude who, unalived him into custody, thankfully. So hopefully he gets time or something, because this is awful. And it's just sad that a lot of these Native actors are being, unalived. And I haven't looked too much into the story yet, but like I'm going to assume that the person who unalived Jonathan was not Native. So it sucks to know that non-Native people are unaliving these Native people of prominence who are in the spotlight. It's just really, really sad, And, we just had Cold Brings Plenty, and it's just sad. It's sad that these things keep happening. So, RIP to Jonathan. I did see the intro to the new King of the Hill reboot, which, again, like, that sucks too, because, like, maybe he'll be in the episodes that they've already, like, done. But then what? Are they going to have to, like, recast him? Which I know that they had already recast John Redcorn originally from the first season, and he came in on the second season, and then he was there for, like, I don't know, 12 years or something. And that's cool. So now I need to know who they're going to get to play him after that if this reboot does well, right? So hopefully they get another Native actor to, take on his legacy. But it's just really sad. It's really, really sad. And yeah, justice for Jonathan. I don't know what's going on, but people need to, like, chill. And during Pride Month, that's just awful. That's just awful. That is just awful. So, anyways, RIP, sending up smoke, and yeah, it's sad. It was sad to hear that this really amazing actor, this really amazing guy who stood up for Indigenous people and made sure that, we were represented right in the media, passed away this way. It's really sad. But yeah, you can go look this up for more details. I don't even know the full story really, but it's just really sad. So RIP.